Hi, this is Debbie, Hudson Valley Wine Goddess. I'm with Steve Osborne of Stoutridge Vineyards. Steve, welcome.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful place you have here. We're in your barrel room.
Yep.
You started Stoutridge. It's fairly new vineyard and winery in the Hudson Valley.
Right.
3 years?
4 years ago,
4
we
years.
broke ground for the winery. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit of the history? I know there's a lot of history involved with Stoutridge and what you found when you were excavating and things like that.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. When we bought this vineyard land in 2001, we bought it as an extension of vineyards that we had planted in 2000. This land became available, and it was very attractive to us as an extension of our vineyards. We had looked long and hard for good vineyard land in the Hudson Valley, and we thought we had found a special spot here. And as we cleared the land, we found a couple of very interesting features. We found a stone wall that was sort of sitting right at the bottom of a hillside. And we found an old house foundation. When we bought the land, we knew that there had been a house down here, but we didn't know that there was anything remaining of it. Well, it turns out that the stone wall at the bottom of the hillside was a winery between 1902 and 1920. The winery was torn down because of Prohibition in 1923, and in fact, the grandson of the man that tore it down lives about a mile away from here, and he's 80 years old now. So it gives you some idea of the history and the length of time.
So we're here in your barrel room, and the barrels are just beautiful.
Yeah, they're very nice. You know, the part of what's going on here, I have to say, is that if I were to turn off this little bit of specialty lighting that we did for the barrel room, they would look much less glamorous and without our logo.
Right.
But yeah, we had decided very early on in thinking about having a winery that what type of presentation we wanted to have, and we really like these ovals for the looks, but also because I've made wine both in New York and in California. And in California, we have a lot of sunshine, and sunshine basically translates into flavor. So if you have a lot of sun, you have a lot of flavor in the wines, you put those highly flavored wines into small barrels, and the small barrels add a lot of their own flavor to the wine, and it's a nice balance, a lot of flavor, a lot of flavor. And in a lot of ways, the game out there is how much flavor can you get into this wine? The flavor intensity has a lot to do with how we sell wine in California. You know, the more adjectives you get in your review, the more wine you sell, and as it goes, life goes on from there. And I don't mean to be cynical about that. That's just the way that it is. But in New York State, we have less sunshine, we get less flavor development in the wines, and if we put our lighter flavored wines in those small barrels, they tend to develop too much oaky flavor. And you can take the approach, well, I'll put them in for 6 weeks. Right? So you just get a little bit of oak and then you pull them out. The problem with that is that the primary use of a barrel is to allow the wines to mature. There's a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of air that can get through the wall of a barrel, and it matures the wine as the wine sits in it. So if you're only leaving your wine in a small barrel for 6 weeks, you're not getting the maturation effect. So you're adding this flavor, but you're not doing what the barrel really is designed to do. As the barrel gets larger, the surface area gets smaller for the volume inside, and so you get less oak flavor inside the wines. The primary reason that we have these beautiful barrels is because they fit the stylism, the style that we're looking for in our wines. We want much less of an oak presence, partly due to the fact that we don't have the flavor development because we have lack of sunlight. I can leave my wines in here for a year. I can leave white wine in here for a year. You're not going to taste that it has any oak in it, and yet the white wine matures as it sits in the barrel.